guys are part of the fam. That's shady. I don't like that. They're abusing.
And then, well, how do you feel about it? How do you feel draft-wise? Because I have my own reservations, but I want to get the professional analyst thoughts first.
Okay, I actually think I like GeekFam's lineup, but there is one thing I dislike about it. I think they have too much single target.
Yeah.
I think if
Like if you could replace that ogre.
yeah, whereas I don't think Boom has enough single target. Like they both suffer from like the opposite problems.
Yes.
Which is funny enough.
No, I agree with that.
Because single target is like usually just stuns. Like you have stuns, whereas like they're easy to land stuns. Really, it just like comes down to Sven. But I actually think Beastmaster's fine against Sven Grim. I think Beastmaster. I mean, Brian probably knows this better than I do. I don't really play Beastmaster, but if I have to think about it, I'd imagine the lanes that Beastmaster likes playing against are the ones that he can't immediately get bursted. And Sven's stun is annoying for sure, but I don't think he's going to max stun. And I think he's just going to be able to harass with Boar on the Grimstroke, is my gut feeling. And then I feel Rubik just spams out W, and what do you do?
That part is really important. The Boar on Grimstroke.
Yeah.
Not in the lane, because that part is really annoying on level 1 Boar, keeping it alive against Khalif.
Yeah, agreed. But what were your thoughts, since you said you had some
I wasn't a
suspicions?
big fan of their last pick, Void Spirit.
Okay.
Like, I know Makoto's probably just feeling it right now, but just initially, like, I could say I don't like playing that hero against Lycan.
I will say Void Spirit versus Pango feels really nice lane-wise. Oh, and they're going to kill Ogre. Yeah, I I generally just don't like Ogre as a hero. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Always feel like he could be replaced.
You're talking about, like, how they don't have enough singles target? Well, like, one of their single target abilities is Ether Remnant. You'll never hit it on Lycan.
Yeah.
He's got way too much stuff.
For sure. I think Void Spirit feels really nice to play against Pango.
Yeah, that's true.
I just played that matchup recently, actually, like
Yep.
1v1 mid, and I think I solo killed the Pango like twice.
Yeah, but your MMR is somehow underinflated to a point where you're smashing 5K.
No. He was like top 400.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the lane was fine.
All right. Well, that doesn't. That's not the same as Carl.
Yeah, but right now I'm looking right.
Yeah, that's true. 10-0 compared to 6-0 in the mid lane. No, you're right. I do hate playing, as a general concept, I hate playing Pango against Void Spirit.
Because your windup makes it really easy for Aether Remnant to hit too.
Yeah. Brian made really good analysis of that last game, where he said it was a free Pango game in the fact that there was nothing really to threaten you from getting off Rolling Thunder.
While your roll was starting.
I want to be able to swashbuckle and reliably Rolling Thunder. I don't want to have to, like, Rolling Thunder from a distance and roll in because I'm afraid of whatever, instant cast abilities they have.
I'll say the worst thing about this Pango is that it's really hard to play against Grimstroke. There is a counter to it, though. If you get Blink and you just don't play next to your team and you play from behind, that's what Ice 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 did, which I thought was really smart.
And Grimstroke is still very susceptible to, like, he has no escape mechanism in that regard. He is just all offense, no defense. So once you do get on top of him, he's a relatively easy hero to burst. You just have to be aware of that team fight.
So who would you back if I had to, like, gun to your head, choose one?
I would back GeekFam.
I think so too.
Because I don't believe in the last pick Void Spirit a ton, though. To be honest, like, I didn't even know what his mid matchup was. I didn't even think about that part.
I think the mid matchup matters for a player like Makoto.
For sure.
You're 10k MMR, like you're a pub grinder. You wanna. He's 0 for 2 in Remnants though.
And his impact in last series compared to this series is very different.
Yeah.
I think it was very astute analysis saying that, like, he needs to be ahead.
I think all these, like, a lot of the 10k players anyways, I don't want to say all, but, they're just used to, like, being in this pub atmosphere where they snowball a win off of having a really good laning phase.
Right.
But Lycan's going to free farm, Darkseer's going to free farm.
Sven is not free farming.
Yeah, okay, so I'm going to just shit on Brian again. It feels like I'm doing that. I feel really bad, Brian. But I was like,
we said good things about Brian.
But when he was like, Grimstroke Sven is going to bomb on this lane, I was like, really? I don't think so.
Well, who did just get bombed? That's Whitemon. Whitemon gets the kill on Hyde, but he died before it, so.
You know what Beastmaster really hates? When he's playing against, like, a third hero like a Shaker or a Tusk.
Yeah.
And you go up there, because this hero, unless you try and lane him, for the most part, in 2-on-2 matchups, he has good lanes.
Yeah.
Boar is like the ultimate equalizer. So that means he usually gets over-leveled and over-farmed. Because he just has good stats. Like, you're never sad in pub games about seeing a BM on your team.
Yeah.
Although he is doing some weird stuff right now. He's deciding to fight.
Maybe he's going to get bopped here. Kezcute is out of mana, though, so we won't be able to give the Inkswell, which he had 2 levels of, over Dream.
Surprised that he decided to fight there. Like, I think his Cuckoo's lane was fine, and then he just decided to 1v1 right-click this.
Yeah, you've got a big wave coming in.
Yeah.
Don't risk that, ever. And don't ever risk the big wave pushing into your tower.
That's like 3 waves.
Yeah.
I'm sure Zephyr would be happy with it. Low key as like a 4 position, when like your offlaner dies with a big wave, you're like, ah, damn man, really sucks.
Oh yeah. When I duo queued with Insania, we were gonna snipe you guys.
When was that?
He said he loved you. He was like you and Tiger or Boxy were gonna play together, and it was gonna be me and Insania. And I'm quite certain he was very complimentary of me. He said, "Oh, I love laning with you. You just go in." I'm pretty sure he only said that because I would go in and die, and then he would get farm. I'm pretty sure he only said it because of that.
Was this a while back?
No, this was like a week or 2 ago.
Oh, really? Did you guys end up sniping? No, you didn't.
No, you guys didn't end up. Actually, it might have been before the summit. You were still in Europe.
Okay, yeah, then it was before the summit.
Yeah.
He was trying to snipe me? That's messed up. You know, ever since I became his coach, we never play together anymore. Because
yeah,
before...
you guys spend too much time together, maybe?
Yeah, and it's like before in the past, it'd be like, yeah, you can just blow off, like, playing real solo queue games. And now I'm just like, you got to play solo queue games, dude. Oh.
Dude, you got to try hard. Zephyr, he's being try-harded right now. They have the rotation from Boom. I was waiting for this.
Yeah, he needs to come
liked
up here.
your call of the tri-lane.
You have to tri-lane Beastmaster.
When's the next assassin going to show up? Well, he finally does. He doesn't kill the Beastmaster, though. And Zephyr's death does create space.
Oh, boy.
Does leave FBZ all alone in bottom lane with Lycan hitting level 6.
He's got Necro 1 already.
Yeah.
This game is going to be...
He's going to be really farmed. That is a big 1v1 kill, though. Makoto.
Yeah, I was so... I was like, dog, I'm like 3K. If I'm solo killing... If I'm solo killing Pangos that are good, then I have to imagine, like, if the skill difference is, like, even... It has to be favorable to Void Spirit.
Yeah.
This is like almost exactly what ended up happening in my matchup. By the way, I just hit 6 and I killed the Pango.
Yeah, it's one of those situations, right? You say it's a problem when your swashbuckle doesn't get you far enough away.
Yes, because at that point, once you commit the swashbuckle, Void Spirit doesn't care that you're a little bit further away. His first Q or his first jump is going to hit you anyways, and then he just gets on top of you, and he can tank your physical. He doesn't really care about your swashbuckle damage either.
Yeah.
So you just straight up die. I like this move, though. They're going to bring up 4 heroes. Like we said, Beastmaster gets fat naturally. Like he gets an unnatural amount of levels in XP out of all offlaners. So you have the classic problem where, it's kind of like playing Timbersaw, where you feel like you're so strong and nothing can kill you, so then everything begins to kill you.
And you're just kind of like a walking meat bag.
Yeah, because you're... Like, normally, if that's a level 2 beast offlaner, do you really care about dying there? Probably not.
No.
But you're level 5 at a reasonable time, too. Very reasonable time. What level is Darkseer?
Darkseer is level 6.
Oh, man. This guy's even more farmed. But then again, it's like Ogre Lycan.
Yeah. It's a very free lane.
Yeah.
Until Lycan hits level 6, there's no offensive threat whatsoever. So FBZ has been able to get a good amount of farm, as you can see, reflected in his CS, 52-0, compared to Lycan in lane, 58-0.
I actually think you have to ignore that first death on FBZ.
Yeah,
and just say, like, screw it, like, it happens, but you have to still play the same way.
Yeah. He used Shapeshift. Like, if he's using Shapeshift and it's not to win a team fight or take a tower, then it's not that bad.
And I like this move, conversely, by Raven to chase, because I actually think you have to try to punish this.
Yeah.
I think they're both kind of doing the correct maneuver.
You want him to be put into a situation where he's finally like, all right, I'm not going to do that anymore.
Yeah, exactly. But at the same time, FBZ, you have to take advantage of the fact that, you are far ahead and they are like semi-tri-laning you at top.
Yeah.
Or your team is tri-laning.
Now it's up to your team to make use of that space.
Yes, exactly.
Transformation has been used. There's no heroes. Go do something. Go kill Carl. Well, Carl.
That was a kill.
He read it, got off the Rolling Thunder fast enough.
And he's going to get the rune.
And rewarded with a rune. Refill in the bottle.
Makoto was like a quarter second too greedy on using his Aether Remnant. Because again, it's the perfect setup for your hero. He's gonna start balling, and he's always gonna catch onto the tail end of it. But as far as Beastmaster goes, still having a very good game.
It's now level 6, so we might see a rotation.
I don't think so. I actually think the way that Cuckoo plays, it's like people rotate towards him.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I was saying people are going to rotate into his lane, right? Don't you usually do that with Beastmaster lanes anyway?
I don't think... where's he going to go?
Yeah.
Get a kill?
You want to gank his lane, and then because he has spores and 2 levels of Inner Beast, then you can take the tower really quickly.
Yeah, you take tower so fast. And that's why I like this move from Sven. He just gets out of dodge. Don't overstay there. Beastmaster is one of those heroes that can kill you.
Yeah. And they even have a defensive ward to see some rotations, so... Hyde, who is here collecting experience, is going to play very defensively.
Man, I love good Dota. I like it when both teams make like the right play.
Yeah.
It's nice to watch. Gonna get out. Had already used his Remnant, I assume, to scout. Which is why I was able to cancel the TP.
I feel like in a way, when you watch games where both teams are making the right moves, you get to learn more. Because then you get to see what the next right move is, right? When somebody screws up the move, then the game gets kind of wonky, and you could do things you shouldn't be able to do.
Yes, completely agree. So now,
what happens when both safe lane towers have been traded?
Yeah.
Both teams have kind of made their correct reads.
Yeah, both teams have made the correct play so far. I don't see anything egregious from either team, like it being wrong. So now I think the next move. Okay, hold that as
well. The move here from Makoto is just to keep the pressure here in the bottom lane and collect whatever support shows up. Now is Zephyr.
I think that's the right idea because they can't take mid themselves. So what you do instead is you park your 5, which very conveniently comes with a, Grimstroke has an ability to push out waves. So you sit him here, and so there's 2 things. Either like you always sit somebody mid to push out the wave so they can't pressure it back, or you start to pressure yourself. But with the heroes that they have, and the fact that like their carries is Sven, and he just wants, it's more efficient for him to hit neutral creeps. He's just gonna sit in the neutral area, right?
Yeah, and then on the other side of thing, Darkseer, he can rotate up to top lane, defend the lane against Cuckoo, back over to mid.
Yeah.
Sometimes this is what's gonna happen though when you are the sacrificial 5 trying to de-push the mid lane.
But that's a big death from Kezcute.
Yeah.
Walking past the river, I think, is really greedy.
Yeah.
Because now they're gonna pressure your tower, and this is bad. This is like. One team is aggressive, one team is defensive, and now now your Sven has to come out here, and he doesn't really want to be here, if I'm honest.
Yeah, both Dreamcell and Makoto didn't want to have to do this, but they know they should defend their mid tower. Raven's still going to go for it here. He still has Shapeshift, and with this stun going out on the Nyx Assassin, they're going to be able to pick up at least 1 kill here. The Aether Remnant pulling him back into, with the Soulblind actually controlling Zephyr as well as a result of all that. They're both kind of low, though, on the side of Boom, even if they trade 1 for 1, and they're not able to get out in front of that Shapeshift push from Lycan. They lose their mid tower.
Yeah, and that was a little bit of a mistake by Carl. He, got to the rest of his team, soulbound himself, then just kind of in an awkward position. But yeah, that's why I think the death from the Grimstroke actually matters a lot. Because A, it pulls the Sven from the tower to the tower, and B, they're not defending it at that point anyways without him. He needs to be there to push out the wave and then pull it to himself. Maybe they take that tower anyways, but you got to make them work for it. That was not really making them work for it.
No, certainly not. It was a very easy freebie.
So guys, in your pub games, if you play these 5 heroes, that is your job. Is you just sit there and sit on your side of the hill, push out the wave.
If you have a mid laner that wants to move around the map.
Yeah, if you have a mid that's
if you have an SF, then he's probably gonna collect the mid lane. He's probably gonna yell at you.
Yeah.
Don't touch my creeps.
I think even then, Shadow Fiend, I just prefer to hit jungle. You farm so fast.
Oh, Blitz, I think you're giving way too much credit to these mid Shadow Fiends. I don't think you understand how much they like their farm and how at a drop of a dime they're willing to run down mid if you don't listen to them.
Playing
just
SF
trust
in
me,
pubs,
Vibes. Don't listen to Blitz right now.
If you like first 2 pick SF in pubs, you're a real piece of work.
5-7 right now. GeekFam holding a slight net worth lead. They are up in towers thanks to that mid lane push. But what I am repeatedly seeing here from this series and a little bit of the last series, even though they lost it, was Raven really has not lost a beat.
Oh, Raven? For sure he's not.
Yeah,
I think all his moves, they all make good Dota sense.
His teams after TNC were not very good. So they didn't have a whole lot of results, and therefore it was easy just to kind of ignore the team and who was on it. But seeing Raven here again really reminds me of what he was like on TNC, and he was really a monster. He truly understands how to farm efficiently and doesn't throw away that farm very often.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt. I think I'll hold that as I think GeekFam they play around him pretty well too. I think the main thing is sometimes Carl gets a little bit too like, let's say, overzealous, and Cuckoo for me anyways is like a really boomer bust player.
Yeah.
When he's on in that Batrider game, he's so on. But like that Clockwork game, you know, where he's trading his life for AAs and stuff, and he's not respecting his life enough. Like, I think sometimes he tries too hard to make like these big plays when they don't really have to happen. Don't go for the Grimstroke. Ignore him. Go around the top. Yeah, Zephyr, listen to your team. Move around him. Because right now what this Grimstroke is doing, because he's lost his mid tower, is he's acting as the smoke breaker. And the correct thing to do is ignore him and go
Look
deeper.
at it, he just pinged the fact that he was like, oh, the Rubik was smoked up in mid lane. Back up. Zephyr kind of ruins this for them. They might still be able to fight Dreamcell. They do get the Primal Roar. He's tanky, but he's going to just melt under this aggression from Raven. Kezcute will manage to get out thanks to the surge from FBZ. No problems there, but Raven knows that Darkseer's around, and he's found him now. It's going to slow him down first with the Necronomicon. He has another ensnare coming up in a second, but he doesn't use it.
He had it up, I thought.
Yeah.
They're going to grab a tier 2. Okay, so Zephyr just did like a big pet peeve for me. Is you're smoking, and that smoke, if you just get the Grimstroke, you already took mid tower, so it leads to a nothing burger. That's like a completely pointless kill at that point.
Yeah.
And that really bothers me. The better thing to do is always be a little bit greedier. Like, that actually shouldn't have worked once the smoke broke, you know?
Yeah.
But, because...
Like, don't be greedy.
Yeah,
you don't
like
need to kill the mid wave just yet.
Like, this move...
This is a big kill. Lead with the ink stroke, jump from Makoto, and follow it with the silence, leaving Carl no options to get out.
Don't make that play. Don't just go for the support. He's there to break the smoke. That's his job, is to die there.
Yeah. Boom. They get a pick off on a core, and they are going to try and pressure the mid lane. Of course, we saw from the diagram earlier, and you could just see it with your eyes on Heroes. GeekFam have a lot better pushing power. When they commit to a tower, they take it quickly. Makoto tries to use the ink stroke to go into the back line, only gets like a half-second stun. Not worth it, and he's already blown his charges here, so all of Boom need to back up at this point. GeekFam brought their whole squad. The whole fam showed up to defend mid-tier 1.
God, this Lycan is so farmed.
Yeah.
Necro 3, Helm of Dom, 15 minutes in, has 1,200 gold built up already. It's unreal.
Is Necro 1 still too efficient of a farming item? Oh, Boom. I didn't think they were going to get here in time, but possibly with the surge. Look at Hyde go. He just runs in
Finish
there.
the Roche.
And the Spike Carapace is doing so
Finish
much.
the
Makoto.
Roche.
Oh, they do manage to get both the Roshan and the Aegis. No problem for GeekFam here. Is now they're going to be able to use that shapeshift to run down Kezcute on the left-hand side. Makoto was trying to go for the Rubik kill, but thanks to the stolen Dissimilate from Zephyr, he stays alive for a little bit longer. He's still alive, in fact, and now he's baited Makoto in, allowing Raven to be able to clean up that kill at BC and Dreamcell. They're pushing forward with Hyde. They will manage to land a stun after follow-up stun on Carl, but Carl's really tanky thanks to the shield crash. Swashbuckle up, 1 second, he gets away and disarms Dreamcell. Dreamcell's still gonna go forward here thanks to the surge. They feel like they have the mobility, but there's too many stuns, and now Dreamcell needs to run away. A great impale comes down from Hyde, covering Dreamcell's stacks, but he has blown the BKB, he's blown his ultimate, and they didn't really get an important kill out of it. In fact, I don't think they got anything out of all that.
Didn't have the lift available or the stun, but still really good fight from GeekFam. And that was the buyback on the Nyx Assassin too.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
That was very, very good for them.
So all they got was the Beastmaster kill. In exchange, they killed 4 people.
100% worth.
And now that Boom is no longer in fighting shape, they're going to go for another tower here. Raven does it safely with just his Necronomicon really leading the way. Makoto, if he could catch Carl here, it would be really big, but instead he's going to go for Raven. Carl's going to be allowed to get off his Rolling Thunder. Makoto jumps back. Oh, telekinesis on a Dreamacell. He does have his BKB, but he's not being allowed to use it thanks to the stolen Impale from Zephyr. He pulls him back with the telekinesis and chains the stun with this stolen Impale.
This game's already over.
It's looking like GeekFam feel that way because they just all in tipped Dreamacell. And Dreamacell even gives a sheepish sorry to his team. He knows he just done fucked up.
He goofed real bad.
And now it's going to be tier 3 possibly falling here. The Crimson Guard is doing wonders in protecting this tower, but it won't protect FBZ as he's actually fine. He gets a surge away thanks to all those disables. And with the Soul Bind, maybe they can do something here. Yeah, they're going to be able to jump back in and get a kill. Makoto, one last astral step.
They gotta get out now.
Get the Beastmaster, and GeekFam will not be able to get that tier 3. In fact, they're going to lose more. Aether Remnant is going to be able to catch Whitemon. Nice Impale from Zephyr. Actually got hit by the Spike Carapace. Maybe with the Surge, Dreamacell could find him. No, he's going for creeps.
Not a bad way to hold. 3-2-2 gold change in favor of Boom.
I think more than that, because it didn't include the Beastmaster kill in that recap.
Yeah.
So that was pretty big exchange. See that one again. I mean, Makoto is running away and Dreamacell running towards the enemy. Like, there is not appropriate communication going on there.
I don't think they could have fought, though, anyways.
Yeah.
Just an awkward position to be in.
I think Makoto had the right idea where he was like, oh, geez. They've blown Rolling Thunder. This is no longer a fight. Get out.
Cuckoo has to know something, too, about this game. Is when the wall is dropped, his supports don't want to run past that. So when he goes past it himself and then he drops the roar, he's kind of leaving himself in no man's land. I think the GeekFam supports did the right thing, actually. If they all commit past it to try to kill that Darkseer, I think they get team wiped there.
Yeah.
Or like damn near close to it. And then your Lycan's going to lose his Aegis for nothing.
Another hero that's really susceptible to that wall is the Pango, right? Because you create an illusion, it lucky shots you. That's a hefty disable.
The Abaddon issue.
Yeah.
It always feels so nice playing Darkseer against Abaddon.
Yeah.
You just drop a wall and you ignore this illusion that's just silencing you repeatedly.
Rolling Thunder looking to finish off Hyde, but he gets silenced first. Carl is going to use his movement speed to try to run away, but he's pulled back by the vacuum. Stun combo with the Sven. That is a combination we haven't talked about just yet, but a Surge it allows Dreamacell to just run comically fast after Zephyr, maybe finding a secondary kill here, but Zephyr was tanky enough he lived through it. Now the BKB has been wasted once again. The Primal War is going to be thrown down. There's the Wall of Replica. They're going to be able to get a beautiful Impale. That's going to allow Dreamacell to land a Cuckoo, and he's got the Ink Stroke on top of that. Raven had to play away from it, goes back in, but realizes that's not an easy kill enough for him to get. He needs to run away because the Shapeshift is running out of time. Carl tries to go for the kill into Makoto, but gets hit by the Spike Carapace, and now he's going to be stunned up. Carl is tanking. He's got another swashbuckle up. He's going to try and jump away. Makoto, meanwhile, he's focusing on getting extra kills. Makoto just finished off Carl already. Just take what you got in your hands. What's that phrase about, you know, one bird in the hand compared to 2 in the bush? Just get the core kill you've got in your hand, man.
That was weird because Carl could have gone out.
Yeah.
He could have gone to the right and swung downwards, but he decided to go for the kill on the Makoto, and that was not going to be an easy kill. And now the gold has gone in favor of Boom Esports, and GeekFam have just like thrown 2 fights in a row.
It's getting a little weird out here.
Yeah, what we complimented them for, not like lingering, just ditching heroes if they need to. They're not really doing that this game.
Yeah.
I think that was a dieback too, right? I think the Pango died and bought back.
He did buy back, yeah.
That was a dieback, yeah. That's a lot of gold that he just tanked his net worth. Look at that.
He's
And
now behind Cuckoo.
Raven's just begging them, like, please. I've had such a good game.
Let me carry you, damn it.
His farm it's unreal, but it might not matter if his team just continues to make plays like that.
Yeah, I mean, now the Sven is caught up to him thanks to all these kills, and Sven is a really great answer to the Lycan.
Oh, boy.
At this point in the game, Sven's going to start swinging. He's going to be killing Wolves and Helmet Dominator creeps and Necrobooks, and that's just going to be a lot of gold by itself. Not to mention, you take away a large part of the threat of the Lycan.
Help Raven help you.
In fact, I would go so far as to say is just stop helping. Just let Raven, just stop making plays. Just let Raven end the game for you.
Yeah, they definitely could have just lost Zephyr there. They had lost their... they lost Carl on the Pango.
Yeah. Or the top lane push, just let me hit the tower.
Yeah, I have Aegis.
Just chill.
They are getting way too antsy for no reason.
Well, now, the physical builds of Makoto is really coming into play. He went the early Chrysalis, no Yule Scepter, which I quite liked against the Lycan, and now he's got the Deso as well. Level 15 talent for some extra damage. If he can get to level 20 where he gets the restore time, that's where the Astral Step physical damage build really starts building up. Because then you're not just 2 charges in a fight, maybe a 3rd. Rolling Thunder leading the way onto FBZ, and they actually stole Surge. That's going to be a really important steal, especially as Carl maintains to get these stuns onto the back line. Accidentally rolls into the Beastmaster. Now the 2 of them are going to be silenced and stunned by the Sven. One already dead. Look at that damage coming out from Dreamacell. Fortunately, Carl has shield crash, but it's not enough to protect him. Zephyr stunning himself on Spike Carapace, looking to get that kill, but instead they go for Whitemon. Ogre falls, and a Meteor Hammer dropped on the tier 2. 3 dead, a push coming in from Boom.
Okay, now it's just completely gone the other way. Oh, this is awkward. This is getting rough.
Yeah, the game was half thrown. Now it's been fully thrown. Now it's all Boom. I thought maybe Carl, with the amount of stuns he got here, if he just stayed in the back line and didn't roll back into his team right that moment, I think they could have maybe done something there.
Okay, so...
It really goes to show that this Sven is unstoppable.
Yeah. I mean, Raven's not even going to be able to play Dota.
A surged up Sven at this farm with BKB.
Yeah. I mean, Raven's 704. He's had, like, the dreamest of dream games. No one's touched him.
Yeah.
He's able to kill everything, but I mean, they're just getting themselves in such bad positions.
Oh, this would be a really big pick-off if they could get it, but it was just the telekinesis. He didn't have anything else. Still holding on to the surge he stole earlier. Carl.
GeekFam still can win, but it's just a shame because of how they had Aegis. They were pushing top after they had killed Sven. Just let your Lycan hit the base.
Yeah. Now they're going to have to rely on superior execution.
Yes, now the game is really tricky.
They need Carl to just constantly be stunning heroes. Raven has to play away from the Sven and find openings where he can kill somebody like Makoto, which requires somebody to actually get their stun off. So Cuckoo probably has to get Primal Roar onto Makoto. There's a lot of very specific things that need to happen for GeekFam to win this fight. Now, right now, they're just waiting out the wall. Replica, look at that! Zephyr had the stolen surge, so he tried to bait himself, and it actually worked for a really nice Rolling Thunder, and they got the Nyx Assassin. Look at this. They're going to be able to get both the supports with this. Kescute does die.
That actually worked?
That was the most insane bait I've seen.
Zephyr just like, you know that show Flash? He just like Barry Allen it in, zoomed right out, just... I was like, wow, of all the spells
My
to
name
steal.
is Barry Allen. An Eye of Telekinesis up the enemy team and running away from a Stormhammer. He can't outrun it, but he can get, oh, what a vacuum. Dreamcell didn't have Stormhammer up though, so he couldn't really take advantage of that big grouping that happened there. He's just burning through whatever creeps he can hit right now.
Still
but
3
no
on
heroes.
5.
He is being kited around right now. Fortunately, they do manage to get the disable onto Carl, and they chain it with the Stormhammer. He's now dead. No buyback available there. Raven stops moving.
Raven's
He's disconnected for sure.
Yeah, there's no... Okay, yeah, he...
That's a rough
cores
one.
keep lagging. Yeah, well, that makes sense.
Yeah,
That tracks.
Raven just like, for a moment there, it looked like he was just done with the game. He's like, that's it. I can't carry
Dude,
these guys.
what's going on right now? We're going to see the replay. All right, he literally just
that
walks
bait.
in and then walks out.
He's like, guys, they're disabled, so I can outrun them.
Oh, man.
All right, well, that's going to be Whitemon gets caught in the Roshan pit, but that's really
I no longer
all that happens.
know who's going to win this game. Like, Raven's trying. Zephyr actually, that was the sickest bait I've seen.
We haven't even seen Boom execute a vacuum Stormhammer combo yet.
No, I thought they were going to get it right there and, like,
Yeah.
team wipe them, but they're not really doing that. This game's hilarious, though. Raven's just trying his best. He hasn't died yet. 7-0-6. Excellent score. Usually that means you're going to win. And, yeah, just now that they have Aegis, maybe things are easier. But it's not like Lycan is the best Aegis carrier. And I think you might have missed your timing a little bit. I think top, when you had Aegis and you had the Sven dead, was probably supposed to be your Rax moment.
Well, off they go. Boom. I thought they were going to take mid-tier 2, but they seem chill to just farm. It's been a hectic game 3, and it is a game 3, even if there's the mismarking at the top of the screen. The score is 1-1, and this will determine if Boom could potentially be the top team in their group. A Soulbind actually snatches both of these heroes. They get the silence onto Carl as well. They've already killed Zephyr. Carl may be up next. Makoto, meanwhile, is going to try and get out of here with the Dissimulate. He's going to be good. Controls up Cuckoo. Vacuum back in. Nicely played by the Darkseer. Dreamcell is trying to battle out. He's trying to get away from Carl right now. Turns around.
Nice cleave hit.
Cleave hit just to be able to finish off that
Raven's
Beastmaster,
going
but
in right now.
Raven's coming in. He knows that Dreamcell can't really fight them without God's strength, without his BKB, and they still have a few more seconds to go. He's trying to get the kill on FBC, but Dreamcell's come back. He's got the God strength now. Now they got the Impale into the Meteor Hammer. That's going to be life 1 with the shapeshift used on the Lycan. He puts the cheese into his pocket, but without his ultimate, I don't know what he can really do here. Whitemon and Carl, they're going to try and help escort Raven out of this fight. They're trying to get the disables necessary to protect him.
They've almost got him out.
They need a couple more lucky shots to be able to do so, but Carl may just lose his life as he tries to protect Raven even more, slowing him down.
He eats a tango.
Here comes the surge. Raven now pops his BKB, and they have the Rolling Thunder out from Carl. They're going to be able to get the Nyx Assassin. They do save, and now they might be able to turn things around as they get the stuns onto Dreamcell. He's going to be surged up, but the stun comes out. A multicast stun at that. Dreamcell gets up to the high ground. He's going to be good. FBZ, though, Raven's after him. Oh, Ink Stroke. It's going to stun Raven before he can turn around and hit the Sven. He TPs out in time. FBZ, not so lucky. Zephyr with the stolen Spike Carapace blinked himself onto the Ion Shell, activated it, stunned him, middle of the TP, and FBZ, he may die here as Vacuum up into the high ground. Nicely played, but he didn't catch everybody, and that means FBZ will die. Raven, meanwhile, on the other side, did catch KezQ and has joined the rest of his team here in the mid lane.
Oh my god, I just watched Raven eat a 30-minute tango to try to survive. He was doing this man is trying his best to win. I've never seen that. He had a share tango from like 10 minutes ago that he had kept in his inventory, and he's like, I will survive. Damn you. Pops
Just
very
out of
far,
spite.
everything he can. He still hasn't died once this game, and it is such a shame of how close it is for his team. But Boom Esports is doing a lot of good things. The way that they set up team fights completely around their Sven, they're being patient themselves. But really, what it comes down to is which carry gets to initiate first. If Raven just gets to play like that, starts on all the supports, life is real easy. No one to really kite him. He doesn't really have to one-on-one the Sven while his God Strength is up. He can just kind of run circles around him.
Well, now you can't kite the Sven any longer. Now he's got the Aghanim Scepter. So where his Stormhammer goes, that's where he goes. We'll see how that turns out. As I imagine that is just one more obstacle for Raven to work around. Now it means he can't even get within Stormhammer range.
Oh, man.
That's kind of crazy.
Okay, everyone just DCing real fast. This game's
20 to 22. Very even.
This game is very entertaining. It
can
just
see,
keeps going up and down.
Yeah, the net worth and experience up and down. The win probability doing the same. It was once up to 75%. We were talking about how Boom ID were in really good control of the game, but now it's peaked back upwards after a few awkward fights.
The best roller coaster rides are ones with ups and downs.
That's true. What about those simulated roller coaster rides? Have you ever been on one of those?
Negative. Roller coaster rides make me really dizzy.
Yeah. You had a hard time at Disneyland.
Don't remind me. Universal Studios killed me. That mummy ride.
The mummy ride.
Thought I was gonna die in there.
That's for those of you who don't know, the mummy ride is one of those quote unquote like scary rides where, you know, they put you in the darkness and they do little things to make it feel like something's about to hit you and stuff. William was not about that.
Thought my girlfriend was gonna leave me after she saw me on that.
Blitz was a crouching, shuddering mess.
All right, here we go. Game is gonna resume. Net worth is completely even at this point. It is. I thought GeekFam could not lose this game, and then I thought Boom
could not lose
this game. And so now, you know, I'm just in it for the ride.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Both teams have certainly proved you wrong.
Yeah, so I'm
Both
just kind of
teams
down
are capable
to
of losing the game at this point. Both teams are also capable of winning this game. It's been full of some bad plays, and it's been full of some great plays. We've gotten both sides of the coin here in this.
Anything can happen.
Pretty epic game 3 right now. Just as a reminder, Boom are fighting for top in the group with this against Adroit, because they did manage to take down Fnatic yesterday. They do the same to GeekFam, then all that's left is Adroit. If they take them down, then it's first of the group, and first of the group means you're already in the grand finals. Meanwhile, GeekFam, it's the opposite. Last in the group gets cut, and if they lose to Boom as well as Adroit, then things are looking very, very dire. Boom playing on the high ground here as they approach this tier 2 in the bottom lane. Zephyr looking to pull the creep wave off this tower. They're trying to pull Boom into them a little bit, but I don't think Boom is going to take that. I'm just going to focus on hitting the objective. And then maybe they're going to back off here. The Darkseer is showing himself in top lanes, so it's time to run away. And now it's time for GeekFam to do something, because they did see the Darkseer in top lane. They know they're a little bit split. If they could potentially catch somebody here, would have been a great time to run into the Sven, perhaps. But
they can run into Hyde here.
Dreamacell, he had the right read, and it's Hyde who makes the correct maneuver as a 4. He runs into the smoke while he's Vendetted and manages to get out.
I'm so stressed right now. I have no idea. I'm just kind of just waiting in anticipation. The stun!
Carl, you can't get away from the Sven. The Stormhammer. Now the follow-up Impale. Fortunately, the Telekinesis is going to stall this damage. Maybe long enough for him to be able to get another swashbuckle. The Force Staff. That bails him out. Dreamacell. He has another Stormhammer stun.
Raven's getting in the back line.
Raven is looping all the way around. He's already caught Kezku. BKB
nice
going
BKB.
off. He managed to dodge the Stormhammer stun, the Primal Roar. They're going to focus on this Sven. He's tanky, though. He's a big, big boy, and he hits really hard, too. He managed to bring down Cuckoo, but he does fall eventually here. fighting around the wall of Replica. Carl, he needs to work his way around this wall. Makoto goes straight through it and retreats, trying to head back to the base. Hyde and FBZ, he says, you two are on your own. I'm out of here.
That's a 2-for-2 trade, so GeekFam aren't really going to want to go high ground just yet off of that, but that is the kill onto the Sven. They finally brought him down.
It goes to show they are capable of focusing the Sven first.
Yes.
Given the right scenarios.
I mean, they've really messed up. They decided to go all in for Carl, who just kept bringing himself further and further back. I can't stress this enough. If you do that, your supports are dead.
Yeah.
There's nothing for Grimstroke to do. He has no protection anymore. He can't keep up with you. And Raven is playing these fights really well. Raven's doing the correct thing. Just go for the backline, kill them first, but they might get this kill.
Chain stun. Meteor Hammer does land onto Carl, but he gets enough of a heal off of the mechanism that they're not going to be able to commit. Hyde and actually Makoto could be caught here. They get the multicast stun. He's dead. Hyde's going to be chased down by Raven rather easily. Raven's going to try and look around, see if he can find somebody else.
They tried so hard to bring him down, and they were so close. Might have been worth it if they were able to do so.
He had the right idea. The Darkseer was indeed down here, but
just trying to buy some time for his team, and Raven's running as fast as he can to the rest of his team. They want to check if Roche is up as Carl misses. Immediately laughs him.
Roshan is not up, but it will be in 10 seconds. This is an awkward point because Roshan could be spawning in 2 minutes time, in which case high ground is the right choice. But we know it's actually in 10 seconds, and maybe they shouldn't go high ground. Maybe they should just take the Roche.
Yeah, but, you know, no drama. Big money show right now.
Tier 3 down.
Here we go, Raven. I mean, he's just hitting away.
Are they going to give this lane a barracks and keep the buyback on Makoto?
I think so. You want to fight for the Roche, if anything. I feel. Unless they get some sort of like sick combo here, but
yeah, and that's where FBZ, he's just going to put himself forward. Oh yeah, repair kit. That's a game changer right there.
Fine. I think even then you would have probably saved buyback. Just give up melee racks and then fight for Roche.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy that a neutral item prevents a barracks from being taken.
Wild. Okay, let's see.
4-man smoke up, and you are absolutely right. What they truly want to fight for is Roshan here. Leading the way, here comes Dreamacell. He immediately just charges in, goes straight for Raven, but Raven's already activated his shapeshift, and he's going to go for that backline. We always want to see it. First, it's going to be Kesku. He's going to be impaled some, though. He's going to get back in. He now Stormhammered. He's dropping low, and he will fall. The Primal Roar was too late. It controls up Dreamacell, but the damage is already done. Raven's gone. Carl, he's going to have to fight it out without their primary damage dealer. Meanwhile, that Stormhammer runs right into Cuckoo. Now he's going to chase down Carl. 3 seconds left until a swashbuckle is up. This is a lost fight. They're just trying to save as many of these pieces as they can. Carl's going to be able to get away. Zephyr 2. But that Roshan, it's lost.
Wow. That is, oh, man. Raven, he just got into the back line, and he did kill Grimstroke, but he was just left in no man's land. Did the same thing for his team, and they weren't really ready for him to move that quickly.
Yeah. I don't know where Cuckoo was positioned in the fight, but he desperately needed the Primal Roar earlier.
They needed to be able to lock down the Sven while he was killing the Grimstroke, so you don't get punished for that move. Oh, man. This game, Raven has to be tilted out of his skull. He's 16-1-7. That's his first death. That's his first real questionable move he's made, and it just feels like the game, it's so hard.
Daedalus for Dreamacell.
He microed so well too. Did you see him like Centaur stun in the back while he ran in into the Grimstroke? Like, he kept the Sven controlled, but I'm not sure what Cuckoo was doing there in that fight. Would love to see the replay.
I'm sure we'll get a chance to spot that either now or after the game. 26-27 as we approach the 40-minute marker. Fresh round of neutral items.
But this time around, Boom finally have like a significant lead. It all comes out. That kill streak, 15 kill streak, was so big.
Yeah.
Carl's thinking about it.
Spamming the Rolling Thunder, ready to let it go if the opportunity presents itself. But
sent out the board. 2 wards placed though by Hyde.
think they might know because of the Hawk vision. But we'll see. It may not matter just because I like this ward positioning. They know that Raven's going to come in from behind. They want to be able to protect their supports. Carl, silenced up. Stormhammer trying to rage chase him down, but the Force Staffs come in very clutch. Carl's still low enough, though, that Makoto tries to go for the kill, unable to do so.
All the creeps are dead.
BKB and TP's out. He's going to be fine. Creeps are indeed gone, and Dreamcell is going to be pulled back in. He's already blown his BKB. He still has an Aegis, but with the God Strength being blown, this first life, it was composed of almost everything that Boom had. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to take a secondary fight here. Dreamcell, he comes back.
They got to get him out.
Stormhammer out. Primal Roar going in. That swashbuckle and all that damage from Raven. They popped that Sven in his second life so quickly that Boom did not have a chance to extract himself from the battlefield.
When Cuckoo gets off good roars, it's so easy for Raven to play. That's what the biggest difference was between the previous fight and this one. Plus that weird maneuver where they have to, like, they sort of dove and now they have to back. And it just was such an awkward position. It feels like both teams struggle really hard with going high ground.
Yeah.
Against each other. But props, I mean, good spell casting on either side.
40-minute items.
Also, Aegis on both these teams feels so underwhelming.
Yes, it does.
It doesn't really feel like it matters at all.
Both of them have
both
like
Aegises die immediately.
Telekinesis, follow-up, stolen Stormhammer from Zephyr.
Oh man, Zephyr is making some plays.
That finds the opening on FBZ. He dies and drops the gem. Now, GeekFam are going to go for that high ground. Will they successfully do so?
Guys, please. One of you must win this game.
They've got a double damage still on the Lycan, and Raven is experiencing a bit of post-traumatic stress. He is looking at that high ground and going, how many fights have we lost in this position? I'm out. I'm backing up.
I like it. So what he's waiting for now is a team fight. He's like, we will fight outside the base. We'll do it properly. Cuckoo, you in front with me.
We will fight them in the air. We will fight them on the ground, but we will not fight them in the high ground.
I like it. I like it. Good reference. Your reference is always the sickest, bro.
Oh, thanks, bro. What item do you want? Ooh, timeless
Havoc
relic.
Hammer. You want Havoc Hammer.
do you? No, nobody wants Havoc Hammer unless you're a Centaur.
Did I tell you I think that's the worst neutral item?
I think that is...
It's the one in the late, because it's late game, and you're thinking to yourself, why? Of all of the ones that I could have gotten, why?
Yeah. Now, I think there's an argument for some of the tier 5 items. But I will agree that Havoc Hammer is definitely on the top 3 list. It's just like, you've got a strength carry in Dreamcell, and I'm pretty sure he doesn't want Havoc Hammer.
Oh,
he'll keep the Titan Sliver over that. Maybe.
My guy Pop-Tart, show me the graphs. I need to see this. Dota Plus is so confused right now.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It has been a wild ride, but we haven't even hit the climax of this roller coaster. We have yet to hit that big drop, and it's going to go one way or another here, I think, with this next team fight. They're going to find the opening on a Cuckoo. That is going to be Boom getting a free pick-off before the team fight even occurs. A 5 versus 4, but they run away. Boom is also terrified. They use the AoE Surge.
Nobody wants to throw this game at this point. They've been conditioned.
I mean, now they're all Lycans. Lycan pops Shapeshift and runs around at max movement speed. Well, they can just all AoE Surge and keep up with him.
They have ways to get out now. And that's just a lot of gold, by the way, that he's feeding away.
Yeah.
That's the Wolf, 200 Gs. The Necrobook, 300 Gs.
Means Dreamcell is going to be catching up to Satanic.
Who's going to win now?
Witless Shaco.
Oh, he ate Aghanim's Blessing. And the Darkseer had Ags, right? Oh, who'd they give the Ags to? Nyx. Or Void Spirit, okay. It's not bad.
Yeah, for AoE Silence plus 2
Is that the
Resonant
best one
Pulses?
that they could have gotten?
I can see an argument for Nyx Assassin in traditional games, but this one, like, everyone's so mobile, right?
It'd be kind of beast if they could get the Lycan one. Or you get
the wolf
Grimstroke.
bite.
No, I was gonna say if you get it for Grimstroke and then he summons like the mini.
Yeah, the Phantom.
Yeah, I think that would be pretty cool.
The Dark Phantom is Dark Portrait. That's what it's called.
Yeah, I think that would be pretty cool. But GeekFam gonna smoke up. This could be the end of the game, depending on who wins this fight decisively. Is
Carl his smoke breaks. He immediately Rolling Thunders just tries to roll
The
after
Delta
them, but
split.
the AoE surge is allowing them to be able to get away. All but Kezku, who's going to be quickly executed by Carl. On the side, they've actually got the telekinesis on the hide. That's a second hero down. Both of them being supports, though. Oh, looks like FBZ. He just gave up his life to give a surge to DreamAcell to get him out. DreamAcell
He's actually
says,
gonna try
I will
to fight.
not leave you
How
behind.
far can you go?
Stormhammer away. DreamAcell chasing Raven into the river, but now he's just going to get kited around. He needs another Stormhammer or a surge, and FBZ
The rest
is
of the
there
team
with one. A Stormhammer onto Carl, bops him in the head and continues to keep on running. An Inkstroke goes out, a vacuum. They thought they were going to turn, but that's not the case. The Soulbind locking down the two of them. Hyde comes in, Impale only onto one. Meanwhile, DreamAcell, he's already killed Zephyr. Now he turns back onto Carl, who's caught by that Soulbind, and now
They
Meteor Hammer to
overextended.
follow up.
I can't
charge
believe
forward.
it.
A Stormhammer catches Cuckoo, immediately buys back. The rest of his team holds their buybacks.
Oh no, they got so far away.
But we've reached that critical point, Blitz, where Roshan could be up right now, or it could be up 3 minutes from now.
I thought for sure GeekFam had this game after that fight, and now I just haven't. Again, it's just
I mean,
the twists and turns of this game alone.
if you're Boom, though, you're not going to go high ground, right? You're going to be like, we need Roche.
Yeah, for sure they are.
And what they don't know is Roche is not up for another 2 minutes, so it
This
means
is
we're
perfect
just going to
timing.
reset.
So now GeekFam have to come out on top of this because they didn't have to use any buybacks themselves. Whereas Boom Esports had to use quite a few.
Yeah.
This is the worst feeling when you win the team fight but you're not really sure what to do.
Yeah. This moment sucks so much. You're just like, please, Roshan, please spawn.
The RNG.
Make these buybacks worth it.
Because if you force the high ground here because you want to force buyout yourself and you lose the fight, then the game just ends.
Yeah.
Or I would like to think the game ends.
Yeah, or maybe we just take one more go
One
around.
more Yo, Pop-Tart, pull it up again. Young Pop-Tart on the beat. Let's see this. It's just up and down, up and down. You're looking. Okay.
Like that sharp drop downwards on that graph at one point around like 35 minutes or something, and it was like, oh, maybe that's the end of the ride. And nope, it goes back up.
It's
Not
because
done
whenever
yet.
either side gets a wipe, they forget that they don't have spells up, and then they continue the chase. Like GeekFam, they don't have Roar, and AoE Surge is excellent then. So the Sven was just like running around like Superman, just bopping people on the nose. It's actually so funny. Like whenever your E executes, it just looks like the stun kills them.
So he's going to go Bloodthorn on DreamAcell. Which, Sven is a hero that needs the attack speed, so the new Bloodthorn might actually be really good for him. They're going to AoE Surge, pop out. Both teams have ways to be able to scout in the Roshan pit. One has a Hawk, the other has a Courier. Roshan does spawn. GeekFam, no.
But one team has buybacks.
Boom does not. Yes, Boom.
They have a Hawk of their own.
Yeah, they've got the old bunny. Bun Diddy Bun Daddy.
Okay, here we go, here we go.
6,000 net worth lead, but no buybacks on any of their heroes. Meanwhile, GeekFam, just 2 without buybacks. Surge stolen by the Rubik. That is a very important pickup, especially when they're looking to kite this Sven in order to win the team fight.
You're afraid right now if you're GeekFam because you don't want to just walk into the pit. That's where Darkseer and this Sven are going to excel. But you do want to force something just because you know you have the buyback advantage.
Vacuum back in. They're going to be able to go for Whitemon. He's going to be hit by the Stormhammer, but DreamAcell realizes this is not where he wants to be. He's going to pop his God Strength and start backing away. The Rolling Thunder hits FBC on the way back out. DreamAcell goes back in again, but this is all for an Ogre. They're going to be committing, trying to finish him off, and they do get the kill, but how much does it cost you? Raven, he looks for somebody. He's actually going to try and focus on DreamAcell here. He gets the surge, runs away.
Cuckoo's dead
with him. Cuckoo's going to die, and he does not have buyback.
Oh
Boom
no,
are the
he's
ones.
one of the 2.
They had no buybacks at the start of this engagement, but they played it clean, didn't lose anybody, and now they've got a buyback on both the Darkseer and the Sven, and they may have just gotten themselves Aegis, Cheese, Refresher Shard, and an Aghanim's Blessing.
Oh, that's so rough. I mean, Cuckoo, you have to use your Roar when you can actually get Dreamcell in a killing position and not just to save an Ogre. I don't even think you mind because he was invis anyways, right? Like, the Sven doesn't have detection.
Nyx will take the Aghanim's Blessing.
Okay. So now they're real far ahead.
Makoto takes the Cheese, and Refresher Shard goes to FBZ.
Okay, so now they have double of a back wall.
Yeah.
Okay. I just, I thought for sure, I was so certain GeekFam with the buyback advantage, we're going to win that Roche fight, and instead it's just Boom that outperforms them in that little pit. Their heroes are so good around the Roche pit. And surely now, with all these advantages, no buyback
A
on
force sap
Cuckoo.
into the Rolling Thunder is going to be the start of this small hold. They're going to be able to get a lot of damage on a
Nice stun
Dreamcell.
out.
Carl really pumps it out right now. Dreamcell's going to try and heal up with the Satanic, but they're hoping to be
That's
able to
the
block,
Aegis
and they
gone.
do. They take away the Aegis from it.
There's still no Cuckoo, though.
Dreamcell still has his BKB, but no Satanic, no second life hide.
Oh.
With his Aghanim's Blessing,
And that's
was
just
able
that
to create
second
a
life.
safe space.
That Aegis advantage is now all of a sudden gone.
Yeah. They still have the Cheese onto Makoto, but it goes to show this Sven, even without any damage from the Lycan, that was pretty much just the Pango.
Yeah, it was just the amount of poke that they have. They sent out a stun by Zephyr, lay out some Ogre Fire Blast.
Yeah, I mean, the late game multicast does a ton of damage. If he can get to level 25, get the Fire Blast damage, oh boy.
Dude, this is my favorite game of this year.
Things are...
The swings. If you're a fan of either team, I have no idea what you must be going through right now.
Dude, if you're... All right, weird thought, but Zephyr is trying to build an Aghanim Scepter. Do you even want the Aghanim's version of
No,
Stormhammer
you don't.
if you're
I
Rubik?
actually think
I don't
actually
think you
think
want
that
to
hurts
cast
you.
yourself into
That
that
hurts
fight.
you.
A lot of the other abilities would be sick to get, of course.
It does give you invulnerability, though, so you could blink out.
Yeah.
It's just awkward. Okay, let's see. We're approaching an hour-long mark. This is the longest game that I think I've seen so far in this patch.
Another 9 minutes, and we will be in Tier 5 item category. And
Then anything can happen.
we can revisit the worst item discussion. But is Boom going to let it go that far? And they backed up to farm. They do not have a buyback still for another minute or so.
Yeah, and Boom's lead is pretty massive now.
Yeah.
20,000. But as we know, none of these gold leads really matter that much.
Yeah, you're also getting to a point where Sven's going to cap out.
Yeah.
He can drop treads for another item because of Surge, but...
I think he'll do that. If he needs to, he could just get Rapier and just try to go for like the one-shot dings.
He still has Moonshard as well, actually.
Yeah,
so
he's got options here.
he still has...
He has plenty of room to grow.
He has not hit his peak just yet. As
Oh,
perhaps
the
this
jump.
game has not reached a peak as a jump forward from Makoto.
That was ambitious.
Gotta be careful there, friend.
They're all about to have buyouts, and I don't really know how either side wants to approach a fight anymore. It's become so weird.
Yeah.
Whenever any team tries to go high ground, they immediately lose. And when it comes to the open field, it's a mixed bag. Really, this comes down to Cuckoo. If Cuckoo gets a good roar off, I feel like GeekFam can win. If he doesn't, then the open space just benefits Boom's lineup so much. But the X factor is like they always have the vision advantage because they have Beastmaster.
Right.
So he should get good roars off. Just really weird position though from both sides. No one really wants to be the team to start things. So now you're in some weird like passive stalemate. And they're just waiting for objectives.
So
But-
what's left is to outmaneuver the enemy on the map.
Yeah, but we talked about how... So the reason why this game feels especially weird is because the Aegis doesn't matter for either team that much.
Yeah. So holding
Transformation
control of the
ultis.
map and then using that to get a Roshan doesn't actually mean that much.
Yeah, they're both going to fight around it because why not? It's something to fight around. And
it's an objective that is not high ground, which hasn't been kind for either one of the teams.
I think the Ags is probably the best thing by far for both sides.
Yeah. You're probably not wrong.
Getting the Ags, if I had to give it to someone, it'd be like the Lycan. And you give him like, but he doesn't have a fellow right clicker.
Yeah.
Is the problem.
Who are you gonna wolf bite?
Like, who is he gonna wolf? At this point, give it to Zephyr. Like, he deserves it.
At this point, give it to no. Give it to Whitemon. Because multicast Fire Blast does a lot of damage, and you could use more single target stun. Having a secondary Fire Blast would be really big.
True. And BKBs are pretty low at this point.
Yeah.
For sure. Okay, so
we really gonna wait for 60 minutes?
Think so.
Nobody wants to make that move?
How are they gonna make that move? Map control isn't even really a thing. Like, it goes both ways because Raven can just send Hawks out and then push out with his Illusion Escape, which is what he's doing so far very nicely. And he's got a Shadow Blade. Like, this just adds an extra element of...
Oh, they've got a gem. They know where Cuckoo is. This is a big pickoff because the Primal Roar is massive when it comes to controlling this Sven in these team fights for his limited 5-second BKB timing. So if they could somehow force him into a buyback, it'd be great. But at the same time, they may have just gotten their own pick off. Makoto stunned by the Basher and then follow-up Abyssal by Raven.
They finally get a big pick on a Cuckoo. Maybe you can force a buyback. Then Makoto dies.
It's a wash.
It's a wash. So now both teams will not make a move because they each lost the core. Nothing happens off of it. Just nothing happens. I was so excited. I was like, Cuckoo died. Maybe they can go for it now.
All right, 60-minute items and level 30s.
Yes.
So we got Sven, 40 God Strength, 25% Lifesteal. Like those are like really big ones. That sounds quite nice. Level 25 is up on Ogre, so he's got the plus 300 Fire Blast damage. That's a lot.
That's a lot of damage. Okay, I think he does get the Ags.
Yeah.
The Wolf Bite is not that good, I think, considering the heroes that they have. They don't really have a fellow right clicker, so that's probably the last resort.
I mean, the crazy part is we haven't talked about the Raven neutral item, but he's kind of leveler, right?
Yeah.
When games are at a stalemate like this, sometimes what defines the game is no longer a team fight, but a crazy push.
I could see him rat this game.
Yeah. I think so too.
I
almost think that should be his
new prerogative.
I think so. It's almost getting to that point.
I feel like his team can still win fights though.
Yeah.
I've seen them win fights.
That's true. I mean,
my
Carl's
eyes
getting more
do
and more
not lie.
damage.
Carl will eventually be a beast. Like, he already is. He's insanely farmed. And Pango late game with the Ags is really, really good, as Thompson has demonstrated.
A lot of control coming from this hero, especially if you can get the Abyssal as well. I mean, you're pretty much taken away. The vacuum backwards. But Dreamacell did not want to commit. FBZ was calling for him to Stormhammer, but...
no, don't do that.
Dreamacell...
Makoto not alive. Bad move, bad move. Well, that Rubik actually hits really fast.
That's because he's bloodlusted right now.
Everyone's 25. Everyone's got the monies. It's about to be 60 minutes. When's Roche?
We have another 50 seconds for Roshan to spawn.
All right.
Both teams are going to play like it's up at any moment, though. Hack Interceptor complete for Zephyr. What is the Darkseer? Oh, the increased wall length. What a terrible Ags. Have you seen it?
No. Is it super long?
It's massive. It's massive.
Okay. But it doesn't do the parallels? Parallel
I mean,
walls?
if you get the parallel as a level 25 talent,
what did he take?
then you would have two massive
He
walls.
took the AoE.
Surge.
Yeah, that's right.
Dreamacell. Not going to be able to save Kezcute here, but he's going to be able to get a two-man stun. He leads it, but the Aeon Disc actually pops onto Zephyr, and he gets immediately Primal Roar. They try and put a Lotus Orb onto Dreamacell, but he's still being focused down by Raven. The Abyssal Blade actually bounces back onto Raven.
He's healing.
He's healing a little bit with a Satanic. Another vacuum back in, controlling
he
up
actually
these
healed
heroes.
enough.
He's going to be dying, and Makoto, he now makes his entrance in the fight, controlling up Carl. Carl still stunned, hit by the Impale, followed up by a nice Meteor Hammer. Hyde perfectly controls the fight. They wipe 4 from the face of the earth, and they're going to be able to get Whitemon as well. Surely they've got a stun somewhere in the bank.
Nope.
They do not.
They were so close to killing Dreamocell there, and that would have turned the fight alone.
Okay, Roshan is up. Buybacks are available for GeekFam.
Man, they were so close to killing him, and then he just turns, takes 2 swings, heals so much off of that. I think maybe Raven just had to all-in commit to trying to kill him rather than getting out.
Yeah.
And who does this next Ags go to? I have to think it's, yeah, everyone else has one.
Yeah. It's got to be Grimstroke, right?
I think literally everyone else has one. All other 4 heroes, right? I might be wrong here.
I mean, yeah, you are correct. Even Darkseer has the
There's no one else at this point. By default, he has to receive it.
All right, congratulations, Kezcute. You've been upgraded to a 4.5
So
position.
now, they are in such an advantageous position. They have to force some buybacks here.
A 40,000 net worth lead, a 20,000 experience lead. Dota Buff says you've got a 75% chance to win this thing. Vacuum, blink in, Makoto follows that up, goes straight for Zephyr. Zephyr no longer having the Aeon Disc for another 2 seconds, but he survives long enough. Gets back to the fountain, he's going to be fine.
Get the Darkseer
but
here
the
somehow.
tier 3, it is already dead. Hyde quickly burrowing back into his little hidey hole here.
They want more than just this Rax, though.
They're
But with everybody respawning,
and still hold on to the buybacks of both Carl as well as this Lycan, and buybacks mean more than an Aegis sometimes when you're next to the fountain. Tier 5 items are available. Woodland Striders and Fallen Sky. Woodland Striders, that's a poopy item right there. Apologies to Boom.
all right, so with the addition of tier 4 items, this is like the X factor. Like, what do you get? All right, so Fallen Sky and Woodland Striders, like you said. Nothing picked up by GeekFam yet, right?
Not yet.
Okay, let's see if they get any better luck. What do you think is ideal for them? I almost never see Dota get to this. All right, so Seer Stone.
So, like, Stygian Desolator would be insane for pushing.
Deso 2, yeah. Fallen Sky.
You've got Mirror Shield, which can be really insane.
Oh, Mirror Shield would be really lovely.
Apex is a classic that people go to, but I think that's really only good on Boom.
Yeah.
I don't think 75 strength for Lycan, that's good, but it's not going to change the game.
No. I think like Deso 2 for him would be really good.
Triton legitimately can be great. Book of the Dead. Dude, Book of the Dead on a
Book of the
Lycan.
Dead.
Oh my god.
All right, that could be it.
That's the item right there.
Well,
all right, level 30 Darkseer, by the way.
Did he get it?
He's got the parallel
They
wall
got it.
now.
He got it. He found it.
He
and they got
the Book
Pirate
of the
Hat.
Dead.
Dude, they're getting some sick drops.
Dude.
Look at look at this
2
man.
sets of level 3 Necronomicon units that last 75
These idiots
seconds.
got
units have 50%
they got Mirror Shield.
more
Okay,
health
Mirror Shield
and
went
damage.
on the Sven. That's pretty sick. I was gonna say it's kind of one-sided right now.
Zephyr, juke it, jive it with the surge, blink away, get it out,
No
TP
way.
away.
He's out.
No, he's
out.
going to
Nah.
be vacuumed.
He's gone. He's done
He
for.
got vacuumed.
He doesn't have buyout. This is a pretty big pickoff.
All right.
But with the Book of the Dead here, it dies in like 1 second. Okay, the Book of the Dead's not that hype. I take that one back.
I mean, it'll be mega hype if he gets on to
Who
some
took the Mirror
buildings.
Shield? Oh, the
Sven.
Sven. That's sick. Because of the roar, they don't have the easiest ways to break this now either. Oh, man.
Every 8 seconds. Nyx Assassin got the Seer Stone, so he has a very long impale now. When he burrows, his impale is going to be so huge.
And they're going to go for it right now. It's
forward. He
4v5.
actually goes straight for the stun on a Cuckoo. The follow-up Ether Remnant is going to be
Cuckoo doesn't have buyout. They need to save him.
If he gets back to the fountain, he's going to be okay. He's saved thanks in part to the Rolling Thunder of K.
And
Carl.
Kezcute is dead
He
without
managed to
buyout.
kill Kezcute. That's going to be pretty big. His link is going to be propped, though. Dreamcell, he's trying to focus on him right now. They really need a disarm right now. That's going to be the Fire Blast coming in. Chain setting up Dreamcell while Raven focuses on the other heroes. He's already killed the Nyx Assassin, who quickly buys back. There's that gigantic parallel wall. It's hard to fight in this area. Carl, I don't think you want to be here. The link is going to be able to pop that stun coming out from the Sven.
He's kiting
It's going to
them.
be okay. The silence going to fade soon. He pops it, goes in, tries to finish up Makoto, but he can't quite do it. He does have a lie back, though. Makoto, they need this kill on him, but they can't overcommit for it because he does have the Aegis.
I like what Carl's doing. He's trying to get them to overcommit for the
Meteor
buyout.
Hammer after Meteor Hammer, Makoto's going to die here. Carl, he buys back, gets that kill. Rolling Thunder mistimes it. Not going to be able to get the chain stun onto Makoto.
He wants
goes
more
to the
though in the back.
line. He's trying to get FBZ. Meanwhile, Makoto, jump away. Makoto's out. He leapfrogs his way out of the team fight, out of the base, and he's home safe.
And buyback status-wise, 3 on the side of Boom Esports, just one for GeekFam.
Level 30 on Sven and Darkseer. Level 30 soon on Void Spirit. That comes with the Dissimulate AoE stun for 3 seconds.
And with BKBs running this slow, and the amount of AoE that they have on top of that, they have multiple ways to set that up.
Yeah, I mean, he has Fallen Sky to start a stun.
Yeah, look
beat
at
the
this.
Remnant,
GeekFam,
and
they're going for the win. If they could catch one of the 2 supports, they don't have buyout.
Yeah.
So you could, even if the cores have buyout, it's really the supports that are acting as the disables for them.
You just need to get the creep wave close enough to the base that it unlocks backdoor protection, and then Raven, he can just go for it. Another tier 5 item, Ex Machina. It comes with the refreshing of items, not abilities, but it does also give you a ton of armor. I think it's 20 armor. Dude, Zephyr's still rocking a keen optic. That doesn't say something about that item. Zephyr, please. Whitemon's still rocking the craggy coat, man.
So no one's going to pick up the pirate hat,
No one wants the pirate hat?
No one wants the pirate hat. To be fair, I don't think anybody...
The surge forward, the smoke. There's going to be the blink forward. They managed to get the 2-man vacuum. There's the jump forward. Dreamcell actually canceled it. He has a Divine Rapier, by the way. They need to be able to bring down Dreamcell, kite him out, something. Zephyr, he's going to be focused on. They're going to be able to get the stun onto him. No buyback. Oh, an Abyssal Blade actually breaking the soul bind there. Carl, clever use of that, and he's going to be swashbuckling Dreamcell. They have to keep him out of this fight, out of him swinging at heroes. But Raven, he doesn't want to go for a fight at all. He's going to be running away. He's got his shadow walk. He, as wolf form, is going to be heading for the enemy base.
He's going to try to rat. He does have buyback, so he's got to make some sort of play. They've got the numbers disadvantage right now. It's 4-on-3.
Meanwhile, they're actually, look at this. Carl is looking to just kill the creep wave, but they pop the glyph. They protect the creep wave. They're going to be able to unlock
But they have no glyph now
protection.
for bottom. And this is going to put them in a really weird position because Darkseer's trying to go down, but instead he's going to travels back. And Raven, in fact, makes the decision to come defend. Boom's going to go for the win here.
They're falling fast. They're going to pop the glyph now. They've head out with the impale. Carl getting chain stun. They need something to break this, but the silence is too much. He's now dead for 2 minutes, and it's only Raven and Cuckoo left alone. The TNT duo. Can they possibly hold this against the 5 of Boom ID? I don't think so. Cuckoo, he pops the refresher, but the throne is going to die. That is too much. Dreamcell. And the boys of Boom Esports will close out